All right, you guys, are you ready? Y'all ready for the courthouse in reverse? Y'all ain't ready for court, huh? Because it traveled. The information traveled about the child or the money that y'all stole, like I said, since the 1990s, since 10. Somebody's been a wealthy man. That's not my friend. Stole my dividends 13. I get it again. Look, I get it. With the unexpected income from the official person, I am the one. Look, that's why I want you to tie their hands up and lock them down and just let them see the web that they spun. Look at the web they spun. And they started doing it to everybody, hon. This ain't just grandpa and them getting wheeled out on the dolly. This every fucking body. Look, that's why the family room is empty. And who lives in the house? Who did this in 2020? Huh? Who publisher cleared the house? What main female? Ben helped scout all that shit out. Like I said, they was following me. The courtships were very far out. Like I said, look at the trips these people were taking. Who's concerned now? Who's faking? Look at the trips these people was. Look, somebody concerned about going into poverty. They're concerned about putting a child into poverty. They're in despair because I don't care about them or their community, especially when it came for them that mail fraud and everything. Just a huge thievery. High honor, letting off the cannons again. Because like I said, you got to be shitting me. Look, expectation. The coffin. Who's expected to die, darling? Who thought they was privileged with my money they was offering? Huh? Who about to be like this? You and your man then. Look, now he thinking about it. Like, yeah, shit, she scammed him. Like she got him. That catfish. Got him. And probably got a baby up out of him. But like I said, they stole this money and they was stealing from me since I was young, and I guess they thought I was just a dummy. But no, I just couldn't let the anger overrun me. But when it did, look how it came out. Now these people are running. The chasers are now running. Look, somebody concerned about them little bunnies, the little Roger rabbits they was popping on. You have a lot of nastiness going on. Like I said, the tiger bone. So you drink it up, you run that piece of stone. I need my money. Look, ain't nothing over my head, and I know y'all went all over the place. I was sitting right there, look, watching you, taking those notes, preparing you for your fans, for your fans. Look, all that Instagram, all that. Like I said, scamming, switching money out of hands. Yo, like I said, I got cards that I ain't never heard of. I was like, damn. Well, damn. Look, bitches, identity theft. It was big, and this judge helped, right? There's so many of them. It's just like, I'm gonna let your mans deal with it. I done gave him my little 2 cents, and unless they want to give me the belt, I give them a belt on them. I get look, toil and labor. I put in some work on them thieves for them. Put them right on the table. Look, I hold them like this, Cain and Abel. Look, hold them down. I hold you down, I hold you down, like a G is supposed to. Then I let go. Okay, friends? Look, then I let go. Yeah, yeah. See? Y'all shouldn't have stepped me on it. Then I let go. So you get to go to jail for stealing from me. Look how I came back though. Y'all know how I'll be talking that shit like a G. I'm really mad. I'm so mad. I want to tear that bunny apart. I'm gonna tear that bunny apart for real, from beginning to start. Look, this the couple that was in there playing. Like I said, they their work of art. Their work of art. Look how many travel. Look how many systems. Look how many sounds boys travel. Look how the sound system travel. The information and everything. Like I said, judges all over smacking gavels because they know that's your money. They put everybody in the town of Babel and they're speaking Babel. Like I said, they tried to poison people and everything. Scrabble, scrabble. Look, the thought. Somebody thinking about me? Yep, summer 16. Since I was 16, 15, I was green. Look, like I said, who married me? Who traveled the world with the seven seas? In the seven seas. Everybody was stealing something. Yeah, when I was 38, that's, yo, 2018, 38. Look, I was working and they was stealing. Like I said, it's curtains for them dealings. Curtains. Wealthy man. That's the banker. Come on. Send that. Here go. Send it. Send it fast. Look. Come on. Explode my bank account. Make us float. We all float. Right. Look. They came for it since they was calling me all kind. Look. We all float. They all float. Look. That's okay. Uh-oh. So the courtship, the thief changed. So the courtship changed because of the thief. So a courtship thief changed. So a courtship relationship. Damn. This the So did a thief change his mind on a courtship? Well, or somebody that redirected themselves from the courtship of from a thief. You disassociated yourself with a thief. So they're expecting their family room to be empty, and they're concerned about that because the privileged lady showed the main male, the wealthy mature man, the pathway to get the fuck up out of Dodge before he end up on the side of a milk carton. The adjudication, because you know that life insurance is real. Coughing, yeah, be like shit. It's about that time. He don't want me no more. It's time to off him. So watch your dinner. Be careful when she pour that drink. Be careful when she buy that dinner. Look, the lovers, the main female, they've been doing that. Look at this red rose. This could be the kiss of death. Regarding that, and that just came out of nowhere, y'all. But all this coincides with them trying to fuck with me. That's how I got this information. Bro, that's what they've been doing this shit forever. Since I was little. Slipping Mickeys. Just to put it in a nutshell. Slipping people Mickeys, like I said, and everything else. Giving them big hickeys upside the head. Look, the house. I told you the real gonna prevail. Look at how I sounded off. I don't care what y'all call me. Tie them to the train tracks and haul them off. They want to come in groups, then that's how you get the ball. There's a lot of stuff involved in that. You got old, young, you got good and bad. Yo, I be tripping though. It's funny, y'all. That's sad. So that's why I be trying to make y'all laugh, and hopefully y'all laugh y'all way out of stupid shit before you make you mad. Looking concerned because y'all couldn't dirty up this dress. Like I said, they would fire you get burned. Me tell you fire burn. Ain't that fire? The world without words. Fire burn up. Look. Fire burn. You better learn. Look. Just imagine. Look, this is the fire right here. Can't even make that up. Look, that's a fire. Because ain't nobody expect me to get a little higher, huh? Shout, shout, look. Stop playing. So, who didn't make Grandpa and them proud? Who shut it down? Who shut Grandpa and them down? Look, now y'all about to, who shut y'all down? See, I told y'all. It came to me too. I was 15, 29, locked it down. Remember, I was pregnant all my 29 year. See, and that's when they was stealing theirs. They stole everything. Y'all had it all arranged. Now I want your head. Dang-a-lang. See, look. Now you chumps. Backstabbing. Yeah. So you guys are. So I should expect something wealth in the lovers in the marriage. In the horse and the carriage. Look. Like I said, a lot of people, houses like this, they should be embarrassed because it was all made up off of this stolen money. Don't nobody gonna, you know how you feel like you gotta shit if somebody come for you? That's stolen. Look at the despair. He look like he gotta use the restroom. And so does his community. Look at his friends around there. Look at the family and stuff. Look at her hair disheveled and stuff. He's looking like, please come on, y'all, shut that door up. They looking at us, shut the door up. Look, they see us work. And like I said, they moved around so many places. They just put up the red alert. Look, that's a red alert. If y'all hear the alarm go off, the emergency alarm for your town, aren't you gonna try to run for shelter? Or are you just gonna stand there and look like an idiot? For you gonna sit there like this, like, oh, what should we do? Ain't you gonna run with the thieves too? See, that's how you find them. See, we know how they move. Watch how they move. Look at this a car. Watch how they move with the official person. This a certified star who paid down upon it so that they could track y'all. And I am the star of the show Survivor. I'm not y'all. They've been at me since 22. And then, like I said, I don't care if you knew Ira. I don't care. Look, that's over our head. Who's the rightful owner of that theirs? Look at this my pen. This my pen. So I can sign my name. And then the angels. Look at the angels sing. Look at the coffin. Even though it's in reverse. The angels jumped out the coffin. Look, straight into my hands, man. Like I said, y'all want to steal from me. Y'all damned. And I am telling you that shit's stolen. Am I lying, y'all? Look. No, 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 no way. No way. I'm leaving without you. Look at that's my ain't closing no eyes. I'm not letting up, you guys. That don't have a reason to lie, you guys. There's nothing to think about. Here you go. Didn't I what's that show we used to watch? She opens your eyes. The main female. toil and labor. I put in work. I switched lanes because I knew that these people were prying. And, God was like, nope, it's not your time. It's not your time to sit there like a piece of stone for them to just stare and lie and ride uh, highly. Like I said, electric chair. They're not deserving to be riding high. Look, wanna take you on the love side. I don't know if I said that right, but it is what it is. They was riding high. Message of the gift to the privileged lady. Like I said, I was 12. Y'all can't play me. And I was like this. I always was like this. And I always was like this too. Because remember, I was taking those notes. This is all the messages from Grandpa and them. I had been put it in the stash, friends. It's a stash spot. You just got to know how to get to it. You got to know when to win. Look, long time coming, but I flew in. Look how Grandpa and them flew in for me. They flew in for me because look, they tried to hide me. They tried to say I was something I wasn't. Now I'm buzzing, and I want you know what I want from them, you guys. What did they pay you to do to me? Like I said, they're busted. What did they pay you to do to me? Now, don't be afraid of the way you feel. What did they pay you? Huh? Because it's real love here. Look, what did they pay you? What they promise you? Promise me you'll leave me never. That you be in jail forever. Uh-huh. You can work it out. Look, that shit is funny. A house is not a home when it's empty. See, we gotta fill up these prison cells, the new one that I'm about to build. That's what I'm about to invest in. We're gonna call mine Hell in the Cell for real. Anybody want to chill? Come on, let's ride out. We can get some new buggies, wheels for them. I know some real drills for them. Look, I got something for them. Look, got them a red rose. Look, got them a rose. Look, I put in all this work. Why can't that be their home? Cause a chair is not a house. And a house is not a home. When the two of y'all be playing in the park. Hmm? Stealing. Creeps. They creep. And they pick, like I said, gambling too. Gambling with your life. Gambling with other people's life. Like everybody's life. It did not, like I said, death, it has no discrimination. And these people was playing in the mirror and everything, like I said, with no hesitation. They're bad. And that's why I want their asses squeezed to a pulp. The real mashed potato. Look, can't even make that shit up. Look, those look like mashed potato. Mash their asses up since they wanted to be together so hard, since they rode so hard to be stars. Look, they want to be stars. They want to be king of the rings. Like I said, so they can avoid this situation. They set up plenty schemes. Look at this is somebody waiting on somebody too, like coming in so they could pay them to spam. For real, they paying these people like, oh, come here, look, they waiting, they looking like, oh, that's you. Look, there's a married couple down there. Look, they look like a married. Oh yeah, we can get this money off of this here. Look, but we gotta set the situation up. This how you gotta do this, and we want you to sprinkle this by her house and whatnot. Like I said, I wish I had a big harpoon for the have-nots, the want-nots. I wish I had the harpoon, y'all. Look, though, this is the top of this. Look at this spear. All because you didn't care, dears. So somebody's in despair because their thoughts are scattered. Like I said, I could feel away, but I'm just telling the story. This does matter because this leads up to you guys getting batted down. House in the family room. Yeah, despair. So this guy is upset about his family or this woman, because bitches be thinking in the masculine form. Look at how I speak. Doesn't it sound like a man's style of choice? If he was getting in somebody ass, especially when it comes to the violation of the children. Like I said, take it as it resonates. Court has been adjourned. I'll be back to finish out the hearings with the official person, the message, the courtship, the marriage, yeah, the horse and the carriage, and the toil and labor that it took from the community to try to hide the static. I'm about to go, y'all, because ain't nobody just no average. Look, the judgment, the Hierophant. This is two of Pentacles in reverse. That that's the couple. They both can put their braces on and ride the white horse, the great white shark, off the golf course. Give my money. Look, off the golf course. Left, right, bumper bumping. Bumper bumping, left, right. Hmm. Five of Pentacles, King of Swords. The Judgment. And the Eight of Swords. So don't be afraid of the way you feel now. You regretful watching me? Don't be afraid of the way you feel. Just know that I kept it 100. I kept it so real. You wouldn't have got burned if you would have disrespected me for where my place was, especially my will. Especially my will. Look, this could say my will. Come on now. My will. Ain't that cool? My will. Look, I don't care who it is. Like I said, my will. Look at the river, the business. Come here there. Come here there. Look, can't make this up. Come on. Don't be bitter. I didn't deliver. Look, I didn't deliver. Pure happiness in the rarest form. Like I said, this is from before our time. Before our time. And I had to bring it to the forefront because y'all wasn't getting away with stealing not one more than dime. Okay? But getting away with stealing now. I need to cut off their hairs. I want to see them willy bounce. Huh? I want to see them willy bounce. Everybody, what y'all do the Willie balls? Come on, I want to see. Come on, y'all. Ain't nobody greater than me. Not when it comes to my things. Like I said, they played for the losing team. And I'll be back with some more eventually. Thank you, friends. Oh, yeah. Just for the door. And keep your evil eye, too. Right? Return to sender. Return to sender. Somebody relationship, like I said, is in a blender now. As it should have been about 4 years ago or however long y'all been down. Should have been done. Who concerned about so you guys are concerned about the prison. Imprisonment, concern, marriage, thief, family room that's empty, the thoughts about the woman, the child, and the coffin. So somebody's in prison concerned about a marriage that they are in involving a thief, a great heist, involving a child and a death. So the death of a child was part of um, the ritual. As I mentioned, I don't get into mine. I don't be getting into it like that, but I know they did that shit to me. But I'm talking about we gonna bring it up to the present. Like I said, these bitches are really the rats. I'm pro-choice, but I don't do it like that. These folks are nasty. It's time to lock them down. Look, they eating up the cheese. They wasting that. They ain't producing nothing. Full of chit chat. They just look good. See, the paper told them to do that. They didn't have a clue about each other. That's why they could live how they live. They poly unanimous. Scandalous. Look at that room blue. They don't sleep with each other. They ride to who's who to the blues clues. They want to go party. Dun, 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 they like gifts. They be tricking their asses off, like I said. Got a whiff? Smell that fish? Smell that fish? Smack the gavel on them. This could represent the super douche because they're going to need it. Like I said, they wash away all them babies too. That's nasty, man. Huh? Are you laughing or are you crying? That's why your house is empty then. Like I said, you can do whatever you think you want to do to me. Call me the Rolling Stone, the one that rolled over you guys. Look at the avalanche here. She be covered in look. He didn't even see it coming because he had on the mask, and they are hiding their tears. This can go left or right, dears. Look at the whole community. Give me my money. Look, blow the community away. Come on. Look at these cannons right here. Look, this how I'm aiming at y'all, dears. Look, I got my friends. Remember how y'all conjured up those ghosts and stuff? Look, oh, you can't make this up. But the coffee car, remember how y'all conjured all that shit up? Look, bad health and everything. Now look at my cannons tearing the community up. Look, that's from the light that y'all tried to fuck up. Remember y'all tried to dim the light? Look what happened. And I came back with all my might. Now I bet you see that, huh? Everything inside. Did you get your court papers yet? Huh? You dyke? Huh? No disrespect to my LGBTQ. This is just for the ones that's hiding from you, the ones who are embarrassed of who you are. See, I'm not embarrassed of who you are. I'm talking about those who low DL. That's stupid. I'm talking the ones that be sneaking out with people at the bar. That's nasty. But it is to each his own. Huh. We're sneaking in and out of there. You got the one man, the two women, the community, the money. Look at all this. The great fortune. Yeah, that's scorching. Look at the lovers. Look at that. I mean, they tied in. They locked in together. They stone cold freaks. Look at the occupation. And they came for me. Like I said, that AI is great. Your season's greetings, y'all. Did I make a good birthday topping cake? Yo, I need my money. And this is not fake. Look, high honor. I'm shooting. Ain't no double takes. Anyway, give us a sign of the people. The temperance, the Queen of Wands. Okay, sign of the people. Two of Wands, Nine of Swords. So the temperance, Queen of Wands. That's the Sag. Two of Swords. Those decisions got her head sprung. Look, because they are having anxious thought about the prison system that they're going to be in. Like I said, I bet you wish you would have did a one-on-one, huh? Bet you wish you would have followed suit, huh? Look at these messages coming straight fast forward to you. Look, heal up, bring it back, come rewind. You wanna play that funky music for the white boy? Huh? You wanna play that funky music now? Like I said, cold shutdown. And I'll be back with some more. Okay? All right, y'all. Namaste for now. Have a good night.